Yo, Facts to Cap podcast, episode 15. We back, baby. You know what's going on. Episode motherfucking 15. We back, baby. Let's get to it, man. I don't care how y'all weekends went, man. Fuck y'all niggas.
I seen y'all niggas anyway. Fuck
right. We was all together. Fuck that shit. Y'all seen the presidential debate? The white versus.
The white versus.
Matter of fact.
Well, we know who won.
Wait a minute. I got sound.
That's Trump and Biden.
Yeah, that's Trump and Biden.
Boom, boom. Yo, son of hoe.
Yeah.
Alright, Trump.
Hey, Trump must be soldier. He just gonna yell over you, man. So, man, listen.
And Biden was other nigga stuttering and shit.
Yeah, so.
Stutter.
Yeah, man, give me y'all thoughts. Well, how do you feel about this? Do you think that we progressed as a nation to figure out who we need to
we regressed. Like, honestly, I feel
this
like
is America.
Whoever you had going into that ain't changed my mind.
Facts.
But
it wasn't nothing to learn.
You didn't learn shit from that. But it was terrible, man. To me, it was entertaining at first, cause like, say what you want, Trump was funny.
Yeah.
Like the way he was like ridiculing him.
See, that'd be the thing about Trump. Like, the nigga, you hate the nigga, but the nigga really say some funny ass shit you can't deny.
Shit. So I was just like, alright. After a while, it was just
some childish shit.
It was childish, and it was like the mediator was trash.
You thought he was trying?
The mediator was trying.
I thought
did he do?
Yo, shout out to Christopher Wallace, aka Biggie. That was the mediator. That was his name, Christopher Wallace.
That's the only Christopher Wallace.
I thought that nigga asked some good questions.
It's not the questions he asked. I felt like he didn't take control of the situation.
How?
Can you control Trump?
That's like trying to control this nigga once he get on the rant. It ain't nothing you can do. Just let the nigga talk.
Some trash mediators too. Like, but hey, but like I was just like, cause like you're right. It wasn't good questions. He
even told him to shut up at one point.
I'm trying to hear it.
The nigga told him he's a clown. But the nigga but first of all, Trump was arguing with the mediator. So it's like, damn. I mean, the nigga he tried what he could do. It's just like, first of all, like he told him, he said, yo, we doing off the shit that you agreed with. Y'all agreed 2 minutes.
He agreed at that moment.
Yeah, but you still trying to argue with me, bro. Like, I mean, I felt like if it hit anybody, it would be Trump, but it didn't really. I felt like if I'm like Trump's people, if I'm somebody that's voting for Trump, it really didn't. Like, it didn't change his mind. Because all he did was really just yell over the nigga the whole time. Then I felt like he was out of line when he started talking about his children, his sons.
Hey, it's a war.
Crap.
It's a war.
Yeah, but the thing about Trump is my issue is that he didn't really say, he lied about shit. He didn't say facts to nothing like.
That's why I was saying.
How you say it.
No, listen. What I'm saying is, I get it. I think the problem I have with the Democratic Party is that they have to catch up. You're not going against a standard, like presidential. This isn't a standard presidential election. So when you see somebody like Trump, he's taking tactics that you're not used to, like non-traditional tactics. Whereas to, like, say you're going against George Bush or like other Republicans that we've had in office, it's a traditional thing. Like, you know, we're going to debate like this, we're going to say this, we're going to do that.
He's not a politician.
It's not that. So that's what you got to understand. I think one thing I will say that I actually was surprised about with Joe Biden, he actually seemed like energetic. Like, he seemed.
Did he?
I mean, the nigga usually seemed like he got dementia or some shit. Like,
he did better than probably what people thought.
He seemed alert to me. Like, I just think
on drugs for real.
I just think
so much you can do. Man.
To me, it's like, yeah. I mean, if a nigga shouting over you, bro, you don't want to look like that. You don't want to get in a shouting match about. You don't want to make this about you. That's what Trump was trying to make it about. I think the smart thing to do, focus on Trump. Trump is the type of guy, he's gonna overspeak you. He wants to dominate you. He wants to flex his muscle. I'm the leader. This is about you. You're not worthy. So I think what he did was right. Like, sometimes you gotta, you know what? Let me let him talk himself into some bullshit.
I wish they had like a fact checker. Like somebody put up a stat just and not for them.
Yeah.
For like I'm watching on YouTube. They just have
Well, I
just
mean,
a fact. You know, they have a little ticker on ESPN or some shit. False. And just have numbers there.
one thing I will say.
Talk
One
about.
thing I will say is that Chris Wallace, he did, like a lot of the times, tell Trump like that's not. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like that's not true. Like I said, I don't know. Like man, I think he hit the right. I think he hit the right areas with the questions. He asked about what can you do. He even had him he asked him about denouncing white supremacy. He wouldn't do it.
He shout out his gang, told him to stand down, but stand by.
Yeah, well, he said stand back and stand by.
Yeah, like
Come on,
you
man.
see them on Twitter?
Yeah, man.
Well, they ready. I can't wait to go to World War II.
Hey, man.
Yeah, he's not.
It's gonna be a
he's not
civil
gonna
war.
talk down his core.
If he go
Yeah.
down, if it's go another 4
No,
years,
that's
it'll be a civil
about
war,
4.
man.
I keep hearing that.
It's gonna be a civil war in the next 2 years if Trump.
think so?
Yeah,
Why you think that?
because he's
You
trying to
think
split
he
America.
you think he just
He's
mad divisive.
disputing hate?
He's
Yeah.
mad divisive.
And then these crackers gonna think that they can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
My question is, I guess how does
like?
I guess when I ask, I guess I'm just asking out of curiosity. I'm not really challenging you.
I mean, this
It's
is
more so like how does it start? Like who are the
Militia.
yeah.
You'll have groups of people
Mm-hmm.
like making their own law, terrorizing.
Yeah.
And then you'll have like martial law, like trying to like curfews and shit, and then they'll be like,
Mhm.
and it'll start from there.
It'll turn into some shit. People using their power.
you know,
I don't think it's gonna be like
I don't know if it's
North versus South type
Yeah,
thing.
that's
think
what-
it's
that's
gonna
what I
be
think.
civil unrest, and then we might be
Yeah.
in a state of war.
it's not gonna be war.
Kind of
It's
like
gonna be chaos.
the Tulsa thing back in the day. Like
Yeah.
just the people.
But think about
People
that
versus the people.
in multiple places.
Yeah, like in multiple states.
states.
I mean, I think it's we seeing bits of it at these marches and shit.
Oh, I could definitely see
It
that.
could happen. I hope it don't. Like I'm not, but I'm ready if it do.
I don't know. The way I can close this is, man, I got the person you're supposed to vote for. Rashard Tate. Go vote for Rashard Tate. Vote for Lorenz Tate. He the only one that can get us through this. You feel me?
I mean, he a liar, but he a good liar. Like he don't lie. They all lie. You just gotta know how to lie.
Shouts out to power.
Keep it.
Yeah, man. You know what we here for. I'm gonna let you bring it in, man. What happened
Talk.
with that? Talk your
Nice,
shit. I'm gonna go
nigga.
last. I'm gonna go last.
Talk nice.
I'm gonna go last.
nigga.
Speak your shit, my nigga.
Well, I've been saying this shit since what, episode 2? Episode 142? I wanted to hear what Tori had
That
to
shit was
say.
not episode 2. About 4, 5.
Alright, well, earlier. And we brought this shit up multiple times. And I finally
Wait.
got what I wanted.
Tell the people what we talking about.
Tory Lanez, dropped his response in artist fashion, which he should have did. He put it in music. He get on live and do this shit. We wouldn't have took it serious. I heard what he said. He said he ain't do it. And I believe him.
Well, we know that. Well, I guess.
Alright, I'm not gonna say I believe him 100%. I'm gonna say I believe that there's more to the story than just he shot her. I heard what I need to hear. Now I'm just ready for the facts. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying she right.
So do you?
But for everybody that just thought, oh, he shot her,
Mhm.
did that not change our views?
Mm.
Did y'all want to hear both sides of the story? Don't just teach
Did we
you a
jump the
lesson.
gun?
Don't just teach you a lesson that you need to hear both sides of the story before making it.
Talk spicy,
I'm
nigga.
gonna let my boy go.
I'm just asking.
Talk
I
spicy.
got
Look who you looking at, nigga.
All these questions will be answered. I got
He
something.
looking at you, nigga.
I got something for it.
I asked the question. Go ahead and answer that.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Alright, this is how I feel. This is a teachable moment that at times there's
In
two
life.
sides, there's 3 sides to every story. One side, your side, and the truth. We probably may never know the truth.
And tomorrow, I don't mean to interrupt.
But you
I
done.
already said that I don't think that neither one of them are telling the whole truth. Okay,
I don't
continue.
think you said that
Continue.
on the spot.
Okay, maybe I said it behind the scenes. Maybe I said it to you, but you know my body.
I just want to make
Go
sure
ahead.
that
What
they
you
know.
saying?
They know, because
What was you saying?
I've been getting all the back.
My bad, Charlotte. They know. Go ahead. What was you saying?
Alright, but
Who
so
shot me?
with that being said, I don't remember exactly all I said. That was weeks ago.
You said a lot of shit.
I said a lot of shit, but I also said I also said like if a black woman says she's been shot in the state of the culture we're in and the way the facts were presented, the actual facts, the There was a gun
She stepped
found.
on glass.
The gun that wasn't a fact. That was
That's what was said. That was a fact at the time.
It wasn't a fact.
It was an incorrect fact, but it was a fact. That's what was.
That was the allegation. That was like story. She might have stepped on glass. I didn't know that to be a fact.
That's in the police report. That's what she told the police.
It came out that she initially told the police she stepped on glass.
So
she came out and said,
that means
before Tori even said anything, she said that she was protecting him. She said she was shot. She put up a picture of her foot.
I can only speak on me.
Yeah,
when I first heard it, I heard that as a rumor. I didn't know that was on police report. I heard that she told the police that. But anyway, from when I first was into the story, she said that he shot her. So I didn't all the way condemn. If I'm mistaken, I might have said if he did, that's fucked up. Why would he do that? There's no excuse. I don't need to hear more than that. And then waiting on him to say something. But I did say that I want to know. I think that was like the third episode. I want to know what he's gonna say. And then it's like if he shot her. There's nothing else to say.
I think the confusion, I don't even say random confusion, I don't know. But I think where he's misunderstanding, the last time we was talking, that was the Cesny episode when we started talking about it. We said, do we need to know what happened to know that he basically shot her? That was the argument we had, just putting that out there.
So to wrap it up,
but we don't
he said he didn't shoot her.
Mm-hmm.
Her best friend, allegedly, that was in the car, unfollowed her. And the people be like, social media don't mean, it means shit sometimes. And we're waiting on her statement. And apparently another person that said they talked to her said her statement sounds like Tori's story.
Mm-hmm.
So the plot's thickened. We don't know what happened. But
Tori ain't canceled. That's all I gotta say.
I
don't think he did.
She needs to press charges then if she feels that he shot her. And they need to go to court and settle it. Because just going back and forth shit.
He didn't do it.
I'm not gonna take a side.
As me thinking, I ain't gonna say he didn't, but as me thinking, he didn't do it.
Have me thinking that
it's more to the story.
It's more to the story
that we'll never get. Shout out to Tori.
This nigga fell from the top.
Can't even get the goddamn. Can't even get it up.
Yo!
If you listen to this on Apple or Spotify, please go watch the YouTube. You don't want to miss this.
I need a name. Detective Alexander?
Prosecutor Alexander.
Prosecutor Alexander. Alright.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking to my
Order in the court! Order in the fucking court. That's how you walk in the courtroom? With a pop?
This is what I call coonery court.
Alright, coonery court.
Coonery court. Statements.
Wow.
Shout out to y'all. Y'all boys good?
Yeah. Welcome to the courtroom, Prosecutor Alexander.
Y'all ready?
boy, he came with a whole
niggas and niggettes of the jury.
They got a whole speech.
We are gathered here today in Coonery Court.
Hey, we had no idea about this.
Hey, I object, Your Honor. Shut him up.
Sustained.
All right. Niggas and niggettes of the jury. We are gathered here today in Coonery Court to debate about Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez. He is accused of maliciously shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the heel of her size 13 foot.
Steven Alexander.
I'm the prosecutor, Gregory Justin Alexander, aka Big Just, aka Big Justin Flair. And I'm here to give you that without a shadow of a doubt that Mr. Daystar Peterson shot my client with malicious intent. I will break down this album that is full of manipulation and disrespect. So without a further ado, I will present to you the breakdown of this cruel and demeaning album entitled Daystar.
Alright.
I'll give it to Mr. Lanez.
13.
This was a masterful piece of work. Such a sweet serenade of an auto-tune infused voice mixed with the 808 drum. It makes such a great distraction to a nigga. Don't be fooled though. Such a strategic act has been done before.
Speak on it.
Have you ever heard of the Boondocks Act of 2005, Chicago vs. Robert Kelly? Where it was sonically proven that niggas don't care about the crime a nigga commits as long as the music slaps. Mr. Lanez took this route because Negroes are sheep. And opinions change quicker than Clark Kent in a phone booth. Master manipulation. There are simple questions to ask. The first would be, why now?
Okay.
Because he had to
After all, I object, Your Honor. I didn't stop him.
Sustain.
All right.
He said he had questions.
After all this time, why drop this album now? I can tell you why. Because Mr. Lanez is a liar. And what do liars need to execute such a strategic lie?
Time.
Time!
Okay.
Why else would a man wait so long just to say he didn't do it? Since when in the history of niggerdom has a nigga been asked not to even say that he's innocent? Not even a simple I didn't do it. Lawyers tell you to be quiet, but never tell you not to say that you didn't do it.
So you can't compare it, bro.
Y'all think he was keeping his lips sealed? This is the same man that couldn't wait to tell the fans that he fucked Dream Doll. Also ask yourself, what did you learn from this album? Absolutely nothing. I'm not even gonna hold you.
He said he was innocent now.
You can't speak.
It wasn't him giving his side of the story. It was just him attacking my client with the random Twitter facts. He sounded as if he was trying to create doubt against Megan's story instead of telling his side. On the album, he asked her, why no bones were broken? Well, Tori, because it's possible.
How?
And there's actually bullet fragments pulled out of her foot. He asked her, how does she know who shot her if her back was turned? Well, Tori, because she has a neck. And she turned her head around. I'm sure he was advised not to speak to Megan, but he's such a master manipulator that he literally spoke to her through the music. If I renamed this album, I would call it Manipulation Music. He asked her why she didn't call the cops after he shot her. If she was in danger, right? Well, Tori, in the words of Eve, one of the greatest MCs ever, love is blind, and it'll take over your mind. My client cared about the well-being of his black ass like many black women do. So yes, she lied. Unfortunately, for the wrong person. He says he loved my client, but that's not love unless you define it the same way that Drea does. This was a 5 to 120-pound dwarf that shot a woman trying to walk out of his life, like that same picture that circulates on Twitter every December of that woman carrying her bags going up those steps walking into the next year.
Boy, you got too much time.
He spent the album dissing and disrespecting women, yet claims he has nothing but respect for them.
Heard no disrespect.
Yet, when Rick Ross had a problem, it was, I respect you too much to argue with you, black man. Niggas who clap women never want the issue with men.
I don't know.
The same man,
Losing me.
the same man that drops the album the day after the ruling of Breonna Taylor, he said it was for his mom. I'm sure he knew his mom would have told him, Daystar, that ain't it. Ladies and gentlemen, this nigga don't got no sense that God gave him, but he claims my client was a vessel sent through him. Sent to him through God. No, Tori, you're just a nigga. And not a smart one at that. And ladies and gents of the jury, stop letting him mention Black Lives Matter to distract people because Megan's black foot didn't matter when she was walking away. And little man, it's not cancel culture.
He said her black foot.
And little man, this is not cancel culture.
A little bit.
The problem is, it's you. You're canceled. Dance, bitch. I rest my case.
Well, you talking a whole bunch of nothing.
On the next time. Until next time.
And
I'm
so,
gonna record.
so next time,
Now that was
next time
impressive,
you want to
bro.
have a, you know,
That was impressive.
if we're going to court, can you let somebody know? You can't just go to court by yourself.
You said a lot. There's a lot to unpack.
No, okay, so look, back to my serious opinion. Okay, so
With your quote.
I just have to do something special for my people, you know what I'm saying? As far as the situation, yes. I think in the long run it does teach you, just relax. Hear both sides of the story. He did create doubt. He created a little bit of doubt. I still think he did it. I'm gonna admit to that. So I will admit that to you. I do think that he created a little bit of doubt. I also knew from the beginning when Megan started, when Megan got on live and did all that, and she was just like, I didn't do nothing. I was like, something happened. Maybe it's not justifiable. I seen people saying theories like, oh, her and the best friend were fighting over the gun. You don't fight over a gun and get shot in the heel. Like, You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not
that's
unless
kind of weird.
Not
Like,
unless the best friend was outside of the car with her.
if you're, what I'm saying is, if you're wrestling with the friend
they're
over
fighting,
the gun,
if they
how do
down
you
here
shoot
with-
somebody in the heel? You shoot somebody in the heel? That's kind of
I can see it once, not twice.
you shoot. Yeah, she got shot in both.
That's
her
what I
feet.
said. Once, not twice.
Yeah, so that's kind of like, I don't know. For me, it sounded like he was on the album. It sounded like, for me, he was giving a more like a lawyer type
Playing
thing.
out.
So when I said on there, like he's more so trying to challenge what she said more than tell his situation. When you go to court, it's more so about creating doubt to the jury. You can't prove it. So I mean, from him, that I guess is the right thing to do.
I
but
feel
to the
like,
people, it's
that
kinda
may
weird.
not have been exactly what he was trying to do, but his lawyer told him, hey, before you put out one word of this song, I need to see it. That's probably why it took so long for him to respond. Because his
I'm
lawyer
gonna review. Do you think
every-
it's weird? Do you think that it's weird that he didn't just say like
No.
make a statement? I didn't do it. He just said I
maybe he
didn't
doesn't
do it.
want to
No,
implicate
because
somebody.
he's
Did it. Somebody shot her, apparently.
I feel like he made it because made the album one because he had
I would
a
say
lot-
this. Okay, from what you just said, I would say, listen, Tori, if that is the case, you're a fool. Cause I'm worried about myself more than anything. So if somebody shot her, I'm gonna say I didn't do it. I'm not snitching. That's not snitching. Just saying I didn't do it. I
I
didn't
said
shoot her.
that in the album. I didn't do it.
I'm saying earlier why he didn't say it earlier.
'Cause
You're saying you said he
told
may
him-
not have
you told
wanted
him
to
be quiet
implicate.
and stuff like that though.
I never seen a lawyer. Okay, so NBA YoungBoy just got arrested, and the first thing his lawyer said was what? His lawyer wasn't even there. What did he say?
He was innocent.
Exactly. So that's the thing. That's why I think that's like it's pretty weird. I just think for him, I don't get. Even with that, I just don't get the aggression, nigga. You didn't say anything, and you mad at everybody else. Like I don't.
He's
get your
mad at
aggression.
everybody else that spoke on it before hearing his side of the story. That's how I take it. He's mad like nigga.
He mad at when. Okay, so he went in on JoJo and
He should. They spoke on him. Why he can't speak back?
I think that my thing is if you do you not expect women to protect women?
Without hearing both sides of the story, he has the right to
That's,
respond.
I'm just saying,
He has
we
the
live
right
in a
to
world. We know how
respond.
you know how things work. No, he has the right to respond. I didn't say that Tory couldn't make
And I don't
music.
feel like he was
He couldn't do what
disrespecting
he
him.
did.
And
No, he went crazy on them. What are you talking about? He went in on them 2 songs.
he said like, no, if it wasn't for me, this song wouldn't be that. They talk that shit. He responded, but he's wrong because he's a man and he said it. But they want equal rights.
Oh, that's where we're going. All right, I just saying that. I just think that if you're somebody that's facing what he's facing,
But he's
But
not
you don't-
facing nothing. He has no charges.
I'm not saying that. I'm talking about obviously we can all agree that Tory
Public
cares about the
pressure.
public scrutiny. He cares about it, correct?
It's a fact.
Or else he wouldn't even make this album. He would have just been quiet until it's time to.
That's what he was addressing the public.
Yes.
scrutiny.
So my thing is, you expect people, if you don't say anything, you expect the public scrutiny to not be for her when she's telling what's going on. You're not. You're going in on people. You expect women out of all people. You expect them not to say something.
To me, I feel like the people that he went at the hardest is the folks that could have easily picked up the phone and said, "Hey, bro, what's going on?" Because they had a relationship. It wasn't just this is my homie. We just did a.
That's touchy.
You just paid me to
That's-
do this album.
Okay. That's
Like,
touchy
it's
for
just
me. Would
deeper than that.
would you call somebody on some shit like that?
Nigga, I would call you in a heartbeat. Like, hey, bro,
That's me. They
But I'm-
ain't me. They don't have the same.
we don't know their
relationship.
relationship. They have.
I can guarantee you that we,
I mean,
nigga, we grew up together.
No,
Nigga, we 30. We grew up since 15.
I'm saying
Me and him grew up since 12. What I'm saying is, it's different with our friendships, with our relationships. Their relationships, like I'm saying, they got industry relationships. Whether he wants
that
to
may be
believe it or
different.
not,
Industry relationships.
whether he wants to believe it or not, that's an industry relationship, right?
Well, I would say, you're saying should he expect him to do it? Maybe. Who knows? That's him. That's his expectation. Maybe that's what he expected, right or wrong. So if he felt some type of way, like we cool enough where I wouldn't do that to you. So you bomb on me, I'm gonna bomb back.
We don't know how many times they talk on the phone on a regular. Like they could be
It's
the best of
It's
friends.
speculation.
I definitely agree that that Tory has the right to do whatever he wants. I'm not trying to go against that.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, as far as me, and I don't expect Tory to think the same way I think. What I'm saying is, for me though, you gotta expect people to. I would expect that. So I'm not even taking my time. Like if he's dissing, say Rick Ross, like I expect him to go back and forth with Rick Ross. You know, so I expect him to go back and address J.R. Smith. As far as the women, you're already facing trouble for shooting a woman, and you get on a track and you just disrespect women. It kind of looks bad on your part, especially the majority of the album was about women, like disrespecting, not even disrespecting, but just coming at women. You gotta read the room, bro. Like you're coming at and it's like you said, this is the day before Breonna Taylor. I know your mom's day, but somebody on his team should have been like, I don't know, maybe we should wait a week. Maybe this is what I didn't get the strategy.
So I think it fits the whole story. It's weird.
Yeah,
It's just weird.
that's true. It is weird. It's a weird
But
situation.
I accept
It's a weird situation.
I accept that album way more than if he got on IG Live and tried to do this because he would have counseled himself there.
I think for me, the only thing I don't really agree with as far as music was if he would have put like 1 track, 2 tracks out, I would have been like, okay, I see him. I think it was kind of overkill
I just
to
feel
me.
like he had a lot of people to address and a lot to say.
I think that's the type of album. What he did, I think that's the type of album he should have put out once either charges are dropped, you're not guilty. Like, I mean, I guess he's trying to maybe like flip public perspective. I
Maybe
get it.
his lawyer know that
Maybe he
this
might
shit ain't
not
going no further than this.
I don't. But see, I guess the thing about
that might be
well,
the
see,
comment.
yeah.
That's what I said last
I think the
episode.
thing
It's
that
like
we-
if the lawyer be like, look,
He made it, gave him to go.
You get
Yeah,
good.
like
They have no evidence. The police is dropping the case.
I think what me and you said, we was at the lounge. We said, I never really thought. Me and you both was kind of like on shit. Like we never really thought that it was going to like pressing charges. And you made up a good point where you said that her basically saying that she stepped on glass, it fucked up the case because they might not even been checking for gun residue, like proof that proves that he shot her. You know what I'm saying? So either way, he might be looking at it. That's why I said like he's just like looking like you don't really have proof to say that I did it.
That's why I'm not jumping out the window saying he's innocent. It could be.
I don't expect charges.
And strategy. Like
I just feel like there's a whole story behind it that we'll never get.
that's
what I said on the
cool.
set. I don't think we're ever gonna
quite
get the story.
conclusion, but that doesn't mean I ain't gonna. Still, based on what I see, is his gun, her statement, him waiting. It fits more the fact that he probably did it.
I think Tory did it. It's just not really.
It leads me to believe that.
I think that it ended up with him.
I don't respect how he's doing. My personal opinion.
No.
It's just bad timing.
Like him being an artist outside of the Breonna Taylor stuff happening right there around the same time. Like we take that out the equation.
We take
I
that
don't
out.
see. I'd rather get that from him versus him just making a statement or talking because he has a temper and this motherfucker would have one wrong comment he would have blew it. He wouldn't have got out what he was trying to say.
That's fair.
But I'm not saying he did shoot. I'm 50-50. Either she got shot or she didn't, but I don't know if he pulled the trigger.
That's fair.
Well, I think it's kind of evident that she got shot.
Can you step on bullet fragments?
No, not where you need surgery. And they got to
I
take
just
out
asked
your
a
foot.
question.
I'm just saying, like
If you stepped on glass and there were bullet fragments.
if you
on the
step, okay,
ground.
so think about it. If you step on a bullet fragment, would it be? Did you see?
No,
Did you see the picture of her foot?
Yeah, that's what
So
I'm
they
saying.
showed her open, kind of like on the side heel of
That's
her
why I'm
foot.
trying to bring in the glass part.
So what I'm
if you
saying
stepped
is-
on the glass, and that's what
If you step on glass, it would be on kind of on the bottom of your foot. It wouldn't be on the side. And they pulled up the medical records. Like multiple sources pulled up her medical records after he came out with the album, and he basically said, like he basically put it out there, like maybe he didn't get shot. He should have known that they were gonna go to the records. Now, the only thing I am about Tory's side, I seen there today like that. They were saying like his record sales was dropping another 5,000 because he's not on any playlist or whatever. I think there's a difference between what they did with 6ix9ine and what they're doing with him, and I think that it's kind of fucked up what like Apple Music and all those streaming networks is doing towards him. Because I can say all that what I just said, you can say it, but it's all speculation, correct?
Yeah.
I think with 6ix9ine after he
court documented.
Yeah, it's court documented. Even if that still is possibly wrong, I get it.
He went out the building.
Because are y'all here to be just a streaming service? Or are you here to blackball and be a radio? But I get 6ix9ine because he literally talks shit about everybody. He just burns bridges with everybody. I think where Tory fucked up, he said a lot of shit about Rock Nation and our people. So they, who knows? I don't know. Maybe they paid a bag, or maybe they just people not rocking with him. Period, because of what he's allegedly done.
It's all politics.
But I don't think. Another reason I don't think I was smart at him is because look at it now. Like, if you were to actually just remain quiet and let's say you like. You might not have been blackballed. You can't complain about being blackballed and doing what you're doing.
That's my point.
You gotta know what's going on. You gotta be aware of the situation, and I don't think that he was necessarily aware. Like, even though, I mean, I guess he's independent, so 50,000 to him is probably more than he ever made, making 83,000, whatever. But if you're independent, you need those playlists, and you need that. You need all that shit. So,
shit, if it's all his, he making more money that way anyway. What else? Yeah.
Moneybagg Yo's birthday weekend, man. I thought that was a trip last week. Did y'all see that shit?
Oh, that shit was lit.
Live your best life.
Hey, man. Hey. Black Youngster. That nigga gotta be the funniest nigga alive, bro.
And Black Youngster, if you ever see this clip, dog, whenever you ready to hang out, nigga, I'm coming. And I bring my own guns.
That nigga, what that nigga said?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm bring my own guns.
What that nigga, hey, what that nigga,
I'm ready for a shootout too.
And that nigga said, hey, we in Vegas, baby. We bored. We bored. Let's have a shootout later.
They had a shootout.
They shot up the birthday party. So
We don't know who shot it up. Somebody shot it up.
the funniest part of it was like, have y'all ever had a girlfriend who just did so much for y'all? Like, y'all appreciate it. Like, you could see, you could tell. Like, I think if that nigga, he said he holding never even bought me a Vienna sausage, man. That nigga had his cake up.
Super duper appreciative.
They was in Vegas, so
This nigga said Vienna sausage.
that's what he said, man. So
you been messing with some ain't shit hoes.
for real, I just think,
Women.
yeah, shout out to Moneybagg, man. Shout out to your birthday, bro. I just think that I thought you gave us an amazing show. I will say the problem is I think niggas be on live a little too much. Especially Vegas being just like one strip.
Hey, when we blow up, we ain't on live.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. These niggas was on live.
Cause you know you can't do shit cause it's gonna come back and fuck up the bag.
Yeah. For me, I think the issue was that they was just on live too long. Like them niggas from Vegas.
That's not.
Think about it, if you from Vegas and you just looking at they've been on live for an hour. Nigga, I know that hotel. I can figure out where you at.
Fuck
Yeah,
that,
shooting
nigga. You could be in LA, nigga. This ain't shit but what, an hour and a half drive.
I ain't really find that funny. Like, it's to a point where it's just not smart. It's foolery shit. It's like, bruh, like, look what kind of energy you inviting.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the people you put into jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like,
You put your girl in jeopardy.
girl in jeopardy.
Put other girl. A girl got shot.
So it's like,
Yeah, I didn't think that was. Speaking of rappers' birthdays, though, it was T.I. and Wayne's birthday over the weekend. So that made me think of an interesting question I wanted to ask y'all. Who has the better discography, T.I. or Wayne? And we're talking only discography. And then tell me who's better currently.
does discography include mixtapes?
No, I'm talking about albums.
Albums?
Albums.
Is an easy answer to me, that. Tip.
He thinking hard.
It's Tip.
Listen, man, speak your truth, bro.
I feel like Tip has.
Because you might be surprised.
Man, y'all about to kill me.
No. Go ahead.
Tip has, I'ma say, 3 great albums.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne, in my biased opinion, would say has 3 great albums.
Can you name Wayne's 3 great
I
albums?
don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's wrong.
No, I'm just curious.
Well, I don't think it's wrong about Wayne. I think you're wrong about T.I. But go ahead.
What's Wayne's 3 great albums?
Carter 1, Carter 2. And if we go with great, I might have
Carter
3? That's a personal
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
It may not have aged as well.
No.
I just want to make sure I say the right name.
Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3? Okay. And
Hold on.
No, he got more.
Just make sure I say it right.
There's that great. I probably wouldn't have to look for him. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah.
The Block is Hot. I fuck with The Block is Hot.
It was good. It wasn't great. You think that was great? You think that was great?
Well, that had
At the time,
first joint? 500 Degrees.
It was either like 500 Degrees or The Black is Hot, but those are 2 albums before he started
Alright.
his Carter series.
Basically,
Cool. And
I just feel like that right there, like if you just go on album for album, they can go album
I
for
put on my
album.
Hot Boy shirt.
I think it's T.I. Like, to me, T.I., everything after I'm Serious up until Paper Trail, with maybe one that's not like universally. Like, I feel like you ask Atlanta nigga.
Hold on, let me take my answer back. Carter 3 is great. Can't nobody say
I think we
that.
already.
That's why
I think we already knew you was saying that.
But as far as Tip, is like, bro, trap music, urban legend, King,
Paper Trail.
T.I. versus T.I.P. I like, but it's not known as universally as like a great
I
album.
substitute that with I'm Serious. Some people would say like I'm Serious better than T.I. versus T.I.P.
Paper Trail, like you got like 5 certified. You ask 5 different niggas, you might get 5 different answers. Like, what's the best T.I. album? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, cause they're all really good to great albums.
So you think
I just think that run.
you think outside the South that you gonna say that T.I. has 5 great
We're
albums?
not asking about outside.
I'm saying like I'm
you.
talking about universal because I'm giving them 3.
I think
Well,
it's clear.
I'm giving them 3.
I'll say maybe not, but I damn sure don't think if you say that to Lil Wayne outside the South, they gonna say Block is Hot, 500
Yeah.
Degrees.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
You'll start with the Carter,
And I think that
Carter 3.
but no,
I don't think outside
Carter
the
2 was
South.
great.
I think it's Carter 2 and Carter 3. What I'm saying
You
is,
think Carter 3 better than Carter 2?
yeah, me personally.
Nah,
well, he likes more commercial albums, so that's just I get it.
That's just me. But what I'm saying is that outside the South, if you just ask the general music, they're gonna be like Wayne shit was his mixtape run, his feature run.
Exactly.
It's not just his discography.
Exactly. That's what I was about to
It's
say.
gonna be like
That's what I was just about to
make his
say.
albums. Make
Wayne
his albums.
was
I'm saying I was
because-
here. I wasn't here for. Was Carter
He was
2?
here for Carter 2.
Carter
He was here
2
for
came
Carter 2.
here.
Sophomore
But I mean,
year.
I was still back and forth. Like I lived here, but Carter 2 and Carter 3 back home and everywhere else that I knew, like folks in other states, was bigger than.
But we not
Then-
asking what.
I'm just saying, like,
asking
overall,
what-
Carter 2
what
is bigger than like
bigger.
King.
No, Carter 2 was not bigger than King.
No.
That's a fact. Because King
Alright.
came out the same week ATL dropped. So I think I got King for my birthday in July. So
I remember the
that's
argument in the
incorrect.
South. Who's the king of the South? It was
Yeah.
T.I. or Lil Wayne. T.I. or Lil Wayne. But it was all of Lil Wayne. Like,
I mean,
Dedication
yeah.
2 ran Burkmar.
I'm gonna put it like this: if I had to make a graph for like them, right? It kind of how you want to be. So I think T.I. he's like a steady. He's consistent. He's more consistent. So he's coming from the bottom and he's just coming up with his albums. Then after Paper Trail, kind of comes back down. This is why I say that who's better currently. I would say T.I. And he just kind of maybe he's going like that.
What did T.I. put out?
T.I. got a song out with Young Thug right now. That shit hard.
No, I'm not talking about song. I'm talking about album.
The last. I
What's the
was
last
talking about
album
this
T.I. put
yesterday.
Was it Paperwork? Down Trap.
2018.
So you think Don Trap was better than Carter 5?
Yes.
No.
I mean, that's your opinion. I don't really have nothing to argue about
I think
that.
they're both mid.
I think they're both mid.
I think
and
they're both past their prime.
I think they're both mid, but even if you look at it right now, so they both are on tracks right now. So if you look at the song that Wayne's on, if you just look at Wayne is getting more features. If you look at Wayne where he's out right now with 2 Chainz, the Moneymaker, I feel like he ruined the song. Like he's terrible on there. T.I. just put out a
I feel
track.
like his voice.
T.I. just put out a track with
I don't
Young
know what the fuck
Thug.
he was talking about, but
T.I. just put out a track with Young Thug, and that shit's hard. And he held his own on there.
I just heard that song last night. It was hard.
That shit's hard.
Both of them, I'm not interested in listening to your
Of
music.
course.
Past. Literally.
So
past. They both kind of ended around the
Okay,
same
so let me
time.
finish.
They had little like
So-
like dots where I was like, okay, that was hard. But as a whole project, no.
So what I was saying was T.I. is kind of more up like this. You know what I'm saying? Where I feel like Wayne is kind of like he starts like this, he goes like that, and he goes like that. To me, like not even necessarily that low, but he goes his way down. So I think that Lil Wayne probably had.
Carter.
I think if we compare their discography, I think that Lil Wayne had the most decorated, most celebrated. Maybe we can even say his highest album. We could say that I'll take an argument if a nigga say his highest album is better than T.I.'s highest album.
As far as like
I don't really agree with that, but I'll take that argument. But I will say that T.I. has had better, more consistent albums than Lil Wayne, which makes me believe that T.I. wins that argument if we're going just off
Just
discography.
yeah.
Now, if we had features and mixtapes, Wayne's career undoubtedly has been better. But I mean, I think that's pretty much.
That was easily.
No, I think that's pretty much
I was
easy.
thinking so.
Yeah, it's pretty much easy. Like
It was easily. He was on a different level.
that's why I said discography. Like
But album wise, I would say just listen to the album. T.I. to me make better albums. I mean,
Yeah.
Wayne just was better.
I think it's 3 versus 3 right now.
you give it 3.
3.
I get
great
T.I.
albums.
T.I. got 4 to 5. I think T.I. got 4 classics. I think Wayne.
Like I
He
said,
got more. Wayne might have 3 classic mixtapes and 3 classic albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about.
Like how y'all feel about T.I. versus T.I.P. Like it was good, but it wasn't great.
I don't feel that way. I actually feel like that was a classic.
I think
doesn't
it
feel like
was.
that's a classic. I feel like
That
it's a
might be.
classic.
That's probably number 4.
You feel T.I. versus T.I.P. is a classic?
It was to me.
I do. I feel like I'm Serious isn't really a classic. I think it's a really good album though.
You've always felt it.
Yeah, I've been said that. I feel like most people, some people will say I'm serious. Literally the people that say,
I don't remember that.
literally the people
I
that
thought the
say,
only person that liked T.I. was T.I.P.
literally no.
I love
You
T.I.P.
said Paper Trail was like just the most amazing album. And I was laughing at you like nigga, that was like hella
He had commercial.
but it had, I think
56 bars.
I think it had classic joints, but like nobody likes Paper Trail how you like Paper Trail.
Nah, that's not true.
I mean,
I'm telling
people,
you,
the people.
I debate people all the time.
Like,
Age group, you ask 5 different land niggas, I'm Serious is his best. Trap music is best. Now Urban Legends is best. Now King was the best. Now
I
Paper
feel
Trail.
like if you ask somebody who's our age, 30,
King, I like, and this is an unpopular opinion, but I like T.I. versus T.I.P. better than King. Personally,
It's the first time I've ever heard anything like that.
and
Y'all remember T.I. versus T.I.P. with the axe?
I like the axe.
Nigga get hurt.
I like all that together.
I like that album. I
like that
fan.
better- I like that
I
better than
remember
King.
debating that like nobody was fucking with it.
I like that better than King.
I always like that. I like
Help on the way.
Yeah. I like the whole.
I like that better than Paper Trail.
I like albums with.
Shit.
I like albums with skits and everything like
Me too.
that.
Makes
Good
it feel
Kid,
more
Mad
like an
City. What's the one with YG?
My Crazy Life
Yeah.
Oh my
Like they got
or
everything.
Kanye,
Which Kanye?
the first.
Okay, so you talking
Two.
about? I thought you was talking about late Kanye. I'm like,
Yeah. So
Interesting. We just
over the so over the last couple of weeks, we've seen Kanye calling himself a slave and calling out labels and brands, saying that they won't give him his masters, they won't give him this. He needs to seat at the
is he
board.
still running for president?
I think that's a
That
dub.
shit's a dub. So
At this point.
I listened to the Breakfast Club this morning.
Easy.
And Charlamagne put out some information. I just want to know how do y'all feel about what he's saying now, because I feel like what he's saying wasn't necessarily wrong, but I just want to know, like, do you feel like it's more of a self-serving act? Like, how do you feel about him now that you know this information? So when I listened to Breakfast Club, Charlamagne said that, I don't know, maybe he spoke to Big Sean or he got some sources that know Big Sean, but he basically said, I know he said he spoke to Kanye, but he said that Kanye owes Big Sean $3 million. And this is a billionaire, right? Because he wanted everybody to know he was a billionaire. He said he gets half of Big Sean's masters, which he sees came out and said, I'm going to give every good artist 50% of that, or give them their masters back or some shit, right? He owns 50% of Big Sean's profits, and he owns 50% of Big Sean's royalties. He also said that Big Sean agreed with Def Jam to get half of his masters back. All they needed was Kanye to sign off on it, and he said no. So, do y'all think that Kanye is a hypocrite?
When did this happen?
He didn't say when it happened, but he said that this was his last album in the deal. So obviously he's not. This is something that he didn't try to change. He said this is the album that just came out. That was his last album in the deal. He said that he just commended Sean for basically keeping it together because he would have been going crazy.
Well, what we've learned from B. Holmes is that you gotta hear both sides of the story.
Mm-hmm.
When Kanye was making a rant about certain things, I think what was that producer that came out and said Kanye didn't want to work with me because I work with Beyonce,
Mm-hmm.
Mike, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
And then Kanye said, well, no, it wasn't that you were with Beyonce. It's because Def Jam did this, and that. So there's two sides of the story. We heard that side. Maybe Kanye has a retort to it to be like, no. The reason why I said
His
no,
hands may be tied because of the contract.
because they said if I do this, then it's gonna screw him. So he should have came and talked to me about it instead of going to the lawyers. Then we could have figured it out. But then he said that's why I'm willing to do it, but it has to be right. It has to be a fair way.
So and
I
also,
said no
let me put
to
this out.
that
Let me put
deal.
this out there. Charlamagne also said that he spoke to Kanye. He was like, "You need to tell the whole truth, like you online, saying like you're a slave to these people. You need to tell them about how you renegotiated 3 or 4 times, like you've been in 3 or 4 different contracts, and not once did you ask for your masters back, and you're getting half of your masters back already." And he said he also should say like how you basically have everybody else masters.
But
And,
then
that,
he
and then
tweeted,
he said that's when Kanye,
tweeted, I
I'm
don't
gonna give
give
everybody
a
how they
crap.
masters. So what do you
But in conclusion,
I'm not trying to make no
I
sense. I'm just saying.
100% believe Kanye is self-serving. When has he
Yeah.
not been? What evidence he proved that he's not been? So yeah, I think everything he does is self-serving.
If you had to pick, you would say that he's more self-serving than anything. I agree with that. I think Kanye's self-serving. I think he probably has good intentions and to make shit right. Maybe he want to get his shit straight so he can get everybody else shit straight. I don't know how that works. I know he'll be losing a lot of money had he give people their shit back. So I don't know. I just think when you're rich, the business is to stay rich. It's a shady business. It just is what it is. I just think that Kanye kind of does it a little sometimes because you never really know the truth with Kanye. You never know what's really, like, who's he fighting for. Is he fighting for us or is he fighting for,
Himself.
is he fighting for his artists or is he fighting for himself? So I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think he probably doing a little bit of both. Of course, he's probably putting himself first to make sure his ass is covered, making sure his pockets ain't fucked up. But at the same time, while he's on that, fixing his own shit, he's trying to fix everybody else's. And make sure they all get their money at the same time, as much as he can do.
And to make your point, he might not even know when he was signing them folks. He might not even be reading the paperwork. He might just be a lawyer
probably
writing
had
that up.
And his lawyer telling him whatever.
Yeah, he's like, yo, I want to sign these niggas.
Might be a standard deal.
Yeah, it could be. Like,
But-
I mean, it is a standard deal to fuck people over. I mean,
That's
that's.
timing though for Charlamagne saying I basically made Kanye 20.
I didn't get why Charlamagne put that out there. He seemed like he was kind of itching to say, because at first he was like he owed Sean some money, but I don't know if like maybe Sean told him to say it or maybe Kanye told him it and he could say it. I don't know. So I don't know where that's coming from. But a couple more subjects before we get to what's the scenario. 21 Savage, my boy 21 is finally dropping. This Friday, Savage Mode 2.
What's y'all expectation for that,
I think that shit gonna be fire.
Holmes?
Nervous.
You nervous?
I'm nervous.
I don't think.
I'm
why you nervous?
expecting.
Why?
I'm
Why you nervous?
expecting, and I'm wanting a great fire ass album that I ain't gonna goddamn cut off the whole weekend. But
Okay, so like,
whenever
so
I
that
had
goes
those
back.
expectations recently,
Question.
that shit just trash.
Question. So how we spoke about what did we talk about the Migos last week? Like they just probably peaked, and people were saying that basically anything they put out now is kind of like trash.
I don't think he's peaked.
Do you
yet.
expect?
No.
Do you think that he's peaked?
No.
You think he?
I feel like he has more. He just had it. He did what he was supposed to do. Shut up. Let his legal stuff do what it had to do, and take some time off. But I feel like this should be that shit. That shit we want to hear. That shit should be great.
I think our
It should be
expectations are
fire.
different. Yeah.
I think this shit should be great.
I just think for me, I think where
And he but I'm saying like he had a lot of time to sit down, make sure it was good, make sure it was right. I feel like this right here should be good.
But he also fighting just to stay in the United States.
We don't know where that case is at. That shit was silenced.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you expect a nigga to give his full attention to an album? If he's already got shit like that going on, he'd be literally separated from his kids, his family.
As long as he was quiet,
His brothers,
I really
sisters.
think that he took care of that first and then was back in the studio. That's just my personal opinion.
I look at it differently. Like a lot of times, I feel like that genre of rap, you catch lightning in the bottle. Like you can't. you can look into some great shit or timing. Like, who's to say the longer he takes with it, the more it's make better music. It could be, man, we had a week where we locked in and we had some fire. And we just
people don't see behind the scenes on how they make music.
Like, you sitting there for a year or 6 months trying to perfect everything and trying to make it sound, you chasing the sound. It might not even come out as natural as boom boom.
I feel like that's how niggas like.
Make a hot song.
Do you think? I feel like that's how niggas like Kendrick and shit record. Like they take long periods of time.
And then you get that masterpiece. I feel like that kind of style, when the Migos, when they just in the studio.
I think the Migos, like Future, 21, they get in there, they lock in for a month, 2 months, boom, boom, boom. I think, and I meant to say,
we don't know how long he was in the studio. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how long he was working on this project.
For me, I think my expectations, I don't expect his shit to be, this album to be better than his greatest work. I don't expect it. And I just think that we live in a society now where it's like a nigga drop is hard. 2 weeks later, we forgot about it. So I expect it just to be good music. Me, I'm the type of nigga, I fuck with 21 Savage. I'm a 21 Savage fan. I think he gets better musically, lyrically, every album. But I don't expect it to just be his greatest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect, because 21 Savage, he might pull up to the block. We still see him in videos. I see him in Young Nudy videos. Like, he still do his thing. Like, but I don't expect, 21 Savage is an intelligent person to me. Like, when I watch his interviews, whenever you're away from that life for so long, you're not just in it, it's gonna start. Fans are gonna start noticing the separation. And I think that's the same thing he did with the Migos. That we talk about the Migos, I think it's gonna happen with him.
I'm not saying that it's gonna be better than Savage Mode. I'm just saying like I'm on that level or the shit one step below it. Like I want some really, really good shit. And I think that's what he's gonna give us.
It's hard when you start comparing it to shit like that.
It's just hard to keep my hopes up when you try to see somebody compete with themselves in their first best body of work.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like saying.
I agree. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think as fans, we need to stop comparing artists to their best. Not really. Well,
I think that's what makes you great. When you can be like, damn, is that better than the last one?
But who's ever top their best album?
A lot of people do that shit.
Who?
Kanye. Hov.
You reaching?
I don't. But you know what? And I agree with that. No. What you're saying is true.
A lot of
But do we put him in that same kind of category though? He's dropped enough music for us to know. Do we put him in that category? I don't put 21 in that category. I do think that he's getting better though.
Wayne, like a lot of
he hasn't been as hot as none of them.
He can be hot, but you or it's like it's not.
I think 21 is this. I think 21 is this. Like 21 don't give me, like I feel like his last album was hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he don't disappoint me.
He's never put out nothing bad. I'm just since it's been so long, I don't want him. Like I hope he didn't overthink it. It was in the studio too long.
That's what I was saying.
I'm hoping that. I'm just hoping.
Or he's been away from his subject matter.
He stick to who he is.
Like I said, like
now he might be rapping about visas and getting his masters back.
As long as that shit.
But if he say it right,
he say something clever with it, I'll take it. All right. Let's get to the NFL real quick.
Hits.
I got a specific question with y'all because we all seen that Monday night game, right? Well, we seen Patrick Mahomes. That nigga looked crazy. He was throwing some crazy dimes, all that. How many years do y'all think Patrick Mahomes could play at that level?
However long they keep that team and that coaching staff together.
Mm-hmm.
I think Andy Reid is definitely important to that. But the way the NFL is now, you got 40-year-olds playing quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Brees, Tom Brady. Motherfucker, Aaron Rodgers is getting old, so he's 24, 25 years old. I see him playing like that level for another 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
But I think people don't appreciate how good Andy Reid is as a coach and the weapons he has. Yeah. Like Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins. Those are 3 top receivers. Sammy Watkins is the number 1 receiver for Buffalo.
Then you bring in a rookie running back that's looking real good.
Yeah.
Hardman. All the niggas is 4'3", 4'4", 4'2".
Who's the second running back? I ain't gonna say backup, but the second running back. I can't remember his name. I'm talking about it, but that's just a complete team. That's how you build a team.
But I think Andy Reid, everywhere he's gone, everywhere. Look what he was doing with Alex Smith. He turned Alex Smith saved his career.
He had his position over Pat Mahomes. He won the position out.
So it was like he was taking them to the playoffs. He was making Pro Bowls. He just didn't win games enough in the clutch. But Donovan McNabb with Andy Reid, Nick Foles with Andy Reid. Andy Reid,
he's
bro,
a guy. He's like Greg Popovich or some
from
shit.
quarterback whisperer.
That's Belichick.
Yeah.
Belichick maybe with the defense.
Yeah.
I feel like
I was
every
like,
quarterback that Andy Reid had, they had career years.
Yeah.
All right, NBA. Anthony Davis says that this is LeBron's toughest path to a championship. He said that shit.
Cap.
Do y'all agree?
Toughest path.
Toughest path. But this is gonna be his hardest championship to get, basically.
No, that's path.
Do you think it's gonna be his easiest?
Not as easy as.
Is it? Is it not? He got 3. He got one in. He got 2 in Miami.
He won.
One against San Antonio. One against.
Are you saying just against
KD.
the finals matchup or the whole playoff?
I'm assuming when he said that,
all the
he
way
was saying like just all the way through,
Okay, so let me think.
including this championship.
You think this the best team he had? Or the worst team?
Do I think it's the best? No, I think the Heat team was the best team he had.
Okay, so does this team fall?
The first and second check, the back-to-backs.
So do you count this as?
I think that okay. Let me
It's
just put
not-
it like this.
it's
It's
not
not. It's
the
not.
worst.
It's not. I think this is easy, and I'm not taking away from Miami. Like I respect Miami. They play hard. I think that okay. If it goes how I think that it's gonna go, I think this will be his
Where you got
easier
this
one.
going? Everybody do their picks. Which,
It ain't going more than 5.
Lakers in 5.
It's a sweep or 5. That's what I feel like. As far as his path, I mean he fouled everybody, and I'm not. And this and when I say this. And when I say this, it has nothing to go. It's nothing against LeBron. So let me say that first. It's nothing against LeBron. It's just I think that the Clippers were focused on the wrong team. If they would have faced each other, I think it probably would have been more respected. I think that we all knew that that wasn't a good match for him and what was that, Denver?
That's what I said. No disrespect to Denver. Like
Yeah.
I think Clippers would have been a better match.
They'd have challenged them better.
But I don't know if it's. I would have to literally look at it. Say if it's the easiest path. Is
I mean, so look at it like this: the Thunder that they beat, just that team, period. Even though they were young, I think that they're better than that Heat team. I would take them over the Heat
I
team.
don't know. This Heat team.
I don't know about that either.
I would
This
take
Heat team right here.
KD, Westbrook, and James Harden,
In 2011.
along with Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins. Who else was on that team? It was a few more people on that team. I'll take that team over this team.
I don't know.
I would, me personally.
I don't know.
This Miami team, I don't know if it's just they in a groove and that shit's just working or what it is, but them niggas look great together. Like they're playing.
They're a good team.
They're playing.
They're a good team.
They're playing as a team. Like they're playing complete basketball.
They're a good team. I
don't think it's going to work. I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna be 4-2.
Because what
That's
the Thunder,
good, yeah.
what they took them to what 5 or 6?
I think they won the first game and then lost the rest.
They lost on us.
Yeah,
Jalen
they
sweep.
won
I
Yeah.
think it'll be the same or even worse.
I think it's gonna be 4-2.
I definitely know that I'm taking the San Antonio team.
Oh yeah, facts.
I'm taking
I
San
think
Antonio with Greg.
I always think
Popovich.
more Dallas team you lost to. What team is better with Dirk?
I said hardest path to a championship. So they won. I'm talking about just chips they won.
Easiest path, you should-
I think the hardest easily is
It's
you
always
was down 3-1 to on paper the best record ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's really between San Antonio.
Yeah, I'm saying like which teams is like the better team. Like,
Yeah, it's easy.
the Heat are the worst. Are the worst
It's
team
the only
that the
finals
Heat's
where I was
played.
like, he gonna get 5-1. Like I know it already.
Yeah.
It's easy because I knew he was gonna do it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like I think that the Thunder team, I'll take the Thunder team over the Heat team for me personally,
Personally, I would.
because I just think if we talk about raw
Oh
talent.
yeah. Because even at the time, I wasn't sure they was gonna beat them.
Look who the
easily.
Thunder beat. They beat like the Lakers. They beat the
Damn.
Spurs. Like they beat veteran teams as a young team. Look who they beat.
But in hindsight, I'm not sure if that team is better than this Miami team. But it's debatable.
This Miami team.
I think they are. Especially as young bucks to get there. They beat because the Lakers had just won the championship year before that. Was it Lakers?
Yeah.
So they basically beat like a championship team, a defending championship team. They beat the Spurs, who had made the playoffs.
No, Dallas did.
Okay, Dallas. Did they play Dallas?
Miami.
Miami. No, I'm talking about did.
Okay, see, I don't remember. I know they beat.
Oh no, I just know that they went through
Lakers
it. I just know
Spurs.
that they went through hell to get to that chip to play Miami.
Yeah, Boston and Milwaukee.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. But let's get to what's the scenario.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. Say what? Say what? Scenario.
Yeah. All right. Bridget and Frank are co-parenting their son Frank Jr. Bridget starts to notice every time she buys Jr. something that Frank Sr. buys him something similar but more expensive or in multiples. Like example, if she buys him Jordans, Frank buys him 2 pairs. If she buys him a toy car, Frank buys him a kid's car to ride in. Bridget loves the fact that Frank spoils Jr., but she wonders why he's in competition with her. What is the best way to handle this situation?
It's not competition.
What's the best way to handle it? Yeah, if you're Bridget.
Get over it.
Yeah.
So if I buy, what she's saying is that she's noticing that he's in competition.
Get over it.
He's taking care of his kids.
Like at the end of the day, you gonna be mad because you feel some type of way because you buy him some J's.
So let's say
some more
this.
pairs.
So let me add a little clarity. To this. Let's say it's not a holiday. Let's just say that I bought you some 5s. A week later, you come back from home being with your dad, and he bought you 2 pairs of 5s.
I feel blessed.
You don't think that that's weird?
No.
Why is
Weird
it?
activity?
Because he's taking care of his
He's taking
kids.
like it's not like I the only reason
You're saying that she's not in competition, like she needs to know that she's not in competition. What she's saying is she's trying to see
She
like,
feels like it's
why is he in competition with me?
what I'm saying is that it's a hurt
It's
issue.
an assumption.
He's buying his son this shit just when he wants to buy it. She's noticing that he buys it every time that she buys it.
Thanks for the idea.
You
I don't
can't get mad as long as he's taking care of his
As long as
kids.
you take care of it. It's like they mad if you don't take care of it. They mad when you over take care of it. What do you want? Like the timing is
Oh, so
interesting.
now I can't buy my kid 2 pairs of shoes. But then school about to start, you gonna be like, oh, why you ain't buy no shoes? Because you got mad because I bought him 2 pairs of shoes back in October.
Yeah, I think she overthinking it. Because even if he's like, I'm on an upper. So what? Step your game up now.
It's
That
all
nigga
about- and that's what you're saying is the issue. So if you're saying you need to step your game
No,
up,
I'm saying
then he's
you
making
feel-
it the competition.
No, you misinterpreted what I said. If she feels that way, like, and I can only forget one, then you need to step your game up.
Y'all done? I don't agree with that. I don't think that there's no way that I think the only way that she could handle it is she should talk to him and be like, hey, just a question. You know, is there some type of are you in some type of competition? Do you feel obligated that you have to do this when I do something?
No.
And I would say, and regardless of his answer, you kind of gotta eat that. Like I would be like, hey, maybe let's collab on some gifts. If this is the case, like,
Wow.
because I would be like this.
Nah.
What I'm saying is, if your best interest is in the child,
Tell him about my child.
then cool.
Whatever I want about my
But
child.
if you're only buying the child something because I bought them that, then that's kind of weird. Like, so I'm gonna ask you, like, hey, you're only buying. I noticed that you only buy him gifts after I bought him a gift.
See, that's different. You just said.
That's what I said.
the
You bought him a
only-
gift, but you just try to. What I'm saying is, you buy him a gift when I buy him a gift. The
Yeah.
only difference is you just try to one up me
No.
when you buy the gifts.
So, alright, so like, you saying, what's her name, Bridget buys some J's and Frank buys 2 J's. That doesn't mean Frank can buy him a Nike shirt randomly.
I already said though. I said when I was clarifying it, I said he buys her shit when I said he buys
He
the child
only-
shit. Yes.
That's the only time he gives him something.
Yes.
that part wasn't in.
I didn't hear that.
That's what I just said when we clarified it. I
I
said
didn't hear that.
he's basically buying her shit just to one up. He's buying him shit to one up it. It's not like he's coming
But
up with
she's
ideas.
never
He's
asked
not
him that.
buying. He's not
See,
buying
I
shit.
thought every time she buys him something, he buys him more.
Y'all still don't think that's weird, even if that is the case. You don't think that's
No.
weird?
No, it is what it is.
So
I wouldn't feel no type of way if I could get my
So
child
okay,
and
so let's say that
co-parent.
say you co-parenting with your child, and every time you buy your child something,
I know.
they come back with the same thing, just more.
Yeah,
That's fine.
that's fine.
What's
wrong with that?
I'm not saying that the kids shouldn't enjoy it. Do what you do. I'm saying I just think that it's weird. I like just out of curiosity, I'll ask the dad. I'll be like, hey,
I don't really care.
why are you? Hey, do you? I'm just like, are you buying this shit just because you want to buy it, or are you just buying it because I'm buying it?
Hey,
That's it.
Once you get to a co-parent,
What is it? What difference does it make?
There's no
Because of
questions to
what is
ask.
co-parenting? What is co-parenting?
I have my child. I have to make sure I do my part. You do your part. We co-parent.
Let me ask you a question, Justin. What difference would it make if I said I'm just doing it because, or I'm trying to one up you?
I'll be like, what? The child already loves both of us. Why do you feel the need to have to? It's one thing if that's what you want to do. It's another thing if you're worried about what I'm doing. I'll tell him, don't worry about what I'm doing. Yes, our child deserves whatever you want to give him. But I'm just curious as to know, why do you feel like you have to one up me? Is there a deeper situation behind that? Is there a problem that you have with me? Like I just want to know, because if I'm co-parenting, I want to be on the same page with you.
That's usually-
I want to be on the greatest terms. So my thing is, bruh, is there an issue? Why are you worrying about the gifts that I give my son? If you just love your son the way you're supposed to, cool. Give him whatever you want. But why are you buying, like, are you trying to win over the judgment of our son? Like that, when somebody's doing shit like that, it seems like you're trying to win over the judgment of the son, or you're trying to be like, hey, look, I'm the cool parent, or look, I got you this, your mama got you this, but I got you more.
See,
that's how that comes off.
It might come off that
That's
way.
how it
But
comes
as
off.
long as the kid never comes back and
Says that, then
there's
that
nothing wrong with it.
But if he just got money and he sees that, like, well, I'll get you more.
I just think that it's kind of weird. Like, my thing is, if you feel a way, say it, speak. That's communication.
No,
Well,
there's
I'm just
It's
asking.
an
Look,
assumption.
It
that you
depends
feel
on-
a
it
way.
it's not assumption if this. Okay, it starts off as an assumption.
No.
But if I see that you're necessarily like this is what you're blatantly doing. We're not stupid. You're blatantly doing this. It's evident.
Well, if I'm like,
So I'm just asking, is there an issue? Is there an issue why you're doing this? That's it.
Let me just say something.
That's all I'm saying.
Bringing up a simple conversation like that in a co-parenting situation, no matter how good or bad it is, can turn up.
That's your situation. That might be your situation.
No, I'm not talking about.
I'm saying that might. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they in bad terms. What I'm saying is, can she not ask him that?
she can ask me if she wants.
So she want to have a communication. If they have communication, if they want
And
to
if
talk.
he says it's just like,
Well,
Alright, so that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's nothing
I just don't
wrong.
want you to feel like.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with her asking him like, "Hey, is there an issue that you have with me?"
Nah.
Why are you
It
doing
has nothing to do
wrong.
with. That's the whole point. It's nothing between them two.
He
It's
just-
about the kid.
But
It's about the
what I'm
kid.
saying is, you don't know how that affects her relationship with him. Like, think about it. If you're spending money and he's just throwing all your shit to the side now because daddy keeps buying shit. It's one thing if, like, yo, daddy bought me this, I love the toy. But if I'm buying you this and he's strategically buying shit to undermine what I'm buying you, then that's probably a problem.
So you went from undermining to like adding. So you say you buy some J's, you buy 2 more J's. I'm not gonna throw away the J I got.
I think that if that's how it starts off as like, yo, this is an addition, right?
Okay.
I think that if I notice that this is a pattern, it's obviously something that you have, that you're purposely doing. There's some kind of strategy
If
behind
I'm
it.
Bridget, I'm gonna say as long as he's getting more stuff, I'm not gonna care.
You shouldn't even worry
I'm
about
not
it.
gonna worry about that. Now, if the child comes
I don't think
and
it
says,
should
"Hey,
be-
mommy, daddy said I don't need your stuff because I got that," then I'm gonna
That's
come
the
up with a
problem.
problem.
I don't think
You know
it
what I'm
should
saying?
be-
But
me
the
personally-
simple fact of you buying more stuff because I got it.
Okay, me
I'm gonna
personally,
let that- that's
I don't
cool.
think that it
It's a
should be.
blessing
I
to
don't think
child.
it should necessarily be an argument or anything. I don't think that it should be a disagreement, none of that. I just think that if she decides to ask him, I don't have an issue with that. If she asks him, hey, are you buying this for the wellness of our kid, or are you just buying this to undermine me? I don't think there's nothing wrong with asking a direct question.
You see this little
Nigga,
line right
be a
here?
man.
It's
Be a man,
it's
answer
thin
it.
line. when you in that
Hey
situation.
man, some people don't like when people just ask them some shit straight up. If your free ego ain't as fragile and you good, and if you're doing it out of if you're doing it out of what you saying it, then it shouldn't be no issue. If you're doing it to undermine, that's the only time somebody gonna take disrespect for it. They're gonna be like it's disrespectful. If I ask you about it I deliver it to you in the right manner, and I ask you, I don't see what the issue is.
And I just said, oh no, I want my kid to have
All right,
2 more
then
minutes.
and then she gotta eat that. There's nothing else you can do.
That's not gonna happen.
I
You
doubt that.
know women. That's not gonna be that simple.
And if you're doing that,
If she wouldn't even have asked you.
So
He's doing it for.
let's say that y'all are the man that's doing it, right? If you're doing it and she asks you, would you think, why is she asking me this? Or would you be like, I get why she's asking me this?
No.
It depends.
You wouldn't
I
be
would
understanding?
flat out say, hey, this for my kid. I don't know what the hell you talking about. That's it.
Hey. Alright, man.
It depends. Was I being petty or was I not? That's the truth. It depends. Was I being petty or was I not?
So if you're being petty and somebody asks you, are you being petty? So what's the issue? Be a real nigga and
had
say
an issue with her accent.
So that's what I'm saying. What's the
Bridget,
issue?
I don't see.
So Bridget don't have the right to ask. If you saying
Why
that,
do you keep saying that?
so if
she
you're saying
can ask whatever she wants.
So that's what I'm saying. So why are we even? What are we going back and forth about? If I already said that she noticed that you're being petty, you said you're being petty. Why can't she ask you that you're being petty? Are you being petty? If she wants clarification, he says, hey, I just want to know, are you doing this out of love, or are you just doing this because you want to be petty? Nigga, then why can't she ask that? You just said she being petty.
Take the bitch to Coon Court.
Only question should be, what time we meeting up to drop off and pick up?
So if I'm Bridget, and it's simple as he's just getting more than double my gifts, my child's gifts.
But that's not what you just. Okay, so I'm asking you about what you initially said. I want to hear the answer. If you said maybe I'm just being petty.
If she it could be one case, I'm doubling up for just because I see an opportunity to get more gifts, or I want to be petty. I'm trying to undermine that person. Then it's deeper issue.
So basically, you're saying it could be two different things, correct?
Of course, yeah.
So if it could be two different things, if she's curious, why can't she ask?
I don't know. Why can't she?
So if she asked him,
okay.
That's my only thing. Well, I said y'all was disputing what I said. I'm saying I get what she. I
never
get the question. I don't think there's nothing wrong with what she's saying.
I disputed that.
You
She
like,
feels
who
some
cares?
type of way.
I think she can feel
Because
some
I
way.
said if I was that's if I'm him, but if I'm Bridget, I'm gonna if I'm Bridget, and that's all, I don't see no other signs, I'm gonna let it go because my child's benefiting from it. You dig?
Alright, I think we on the same page here now, man.
Yeah. Alright, so we got Ali, right? Ali's an inspiring rapper. He's in his late 20s, early 30s. He has a best friend named Sam, who is a social media influencer. That's his job. He's an influencer of social media, y'all. Ali asked Sam to post his music. Sam said, Ali says he'll even pay him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sam tells him that his music is whack and he's not posting bad music because it hurts his brand.
Mm-hmm.
Ali is pissed because not only the rejection hurt his feelings, but he's mad because Sam be in the studio with him. And when he's recording, Sam says, it's cool, sound good. So he's feeling the type of way, towards Sam. Is Sam wrong or is Sam real?
It's both. It's both because when you in the studio recording with Ali, and you telling him, yo, that's cool. You boosting and you let him know, supporting him or not, that it's good music. So when you do that, you kind of make it seem like you give off the impression that it's good music. So why would when it's time for you to help me out, you say it's trash. So like in that case you're lying. At one point you're lying. So but at the same time, you feel like it's trash, you're not obligated to put it on your page. That's why I said it's both.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I think that I think where Sam is wrong. Don't wait to tell me when it's time for you to be involved. Don't wait to tell me that it's trash. You should have told me in the studio, hey, I ain't really feeling. I ain't necessarily saying you gotta say, hey, this some trash ass shit, nigga. You could have just been like, hey man, I ain't really feeling it. I don't think this the one. And then he could make his decision. That way, if he asks you after that, you could already stand on the fact that you told him, hey, I ain't feeling this. I'm a social media influencer. This is how I make my money. And you want me to put out a product that I don't believe in. So I can agree with that. I don't know, Brandon, how you feel about that?
Can I do what I always do and spin it a little bit?
What you want to do, bro?
Let's say one time, right? He said, "Hey, bro, this song just wasn't on it." And Buddy came off like, "Oh, you just being a hater, nigga. This shit hard." Like he didn't accept the criticism. So he's like, "You know what? I'll never say that again because you can't accept the criticism."
You know what I would tell you? Stop going to the studio with him now. If he can't take the criticism, what you in the studio with him for? You already know what
I mean, maybe he makes some good music, but the one song he wants to promote, that's just not the one.
See, I had a fax and cap with this. It's pretty much a similar question. It's like, as a friend, if your friend is chasing their dream and you don't believe in it, are you obligated to support them
I'm not
as a friend?
Okay, so
Because that works the same way. What is support? Telling them it's trash and keep doing it?
So for me, I think that Sam is being very supportive by telling Ali, hey, this isn't good. Now,
He was
where
telling me before when he was telling me what.
I've told multiple niggas that I know that make music, I've critiqued them. I ain't told them, oh, hey, this is trash. I might be like, you can do better. It's something I told, like, I just really ain't fucking with this. But I know for a fact, niggas just want to be in the studio and the atmosphere just want to be around. And so niggas is going to be, like, not telling you the truth. So I feel like that's the best critique you can get is a nigga telling you he don't fuck with. Now, as far as you need to understand, a person like Ali, you shouldn't expect everybody to fuck with you, support with you, and you shouldn't feel away, especially from a nigga like Sam who basically told you how they feel about your music.
Not initially.
I feel like,
scenario.
Because
I'm just talking about what's the scenario. As far as
He said it was dope.
I'm talking about his name. My bad. If we're talking about the initial scenario, yeah, he's totally wrong.
Yeah.
Stop. You're being a yes man.
But what if the one song that he wants him to promote, like he thinks that's a single, he might have actually fucked with most of the music.
Well, then he should have. Then that's when you state your opinion. Like, hey, I don't think this song it.
Give me
I'm
another
not gonna
song.
support that. Give me another song. Give me something hot. But he said you basically said like you're not gonna good. That's where the issue lies. That's where I feel like the issue lies.
So you're like, all right, well, thanks for your opinion.
Or
I'm gonna ask somebody else. I'm gonna ask somebody
that's what I'm saying. You got other resources. If you feel like this is the one and I don't,
Prove me
Go
wrong.
somewhere.
Prove me wrong, bro.
I agree in that.
And we should be able to dap it up and keep it. If we real on it, we dap it up and we keep it moving.
But Ali probably.
I think he's saying he felt led on.
He felt led on.
You're telling me that. You're
this
telling me
whole time,
now this is trash.
Are you being studio with me? This is fire. This is dope. It's cool. It's cool. The one time I'm ready to give it to you and you promote it, you like,
Yeah, that's
you
fucked up.
trash.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up. He's wrong. He's wrong. I don't feel like Ali's wrong for that. At any point when you think about it, because he's like, you've been telling me this is good for 3 months, and now I got a plan together. I'm ready to drop. I got my money right. I know you basically can plug me in to some eyes, to more eyes and ears hearing my shit and seeing my shit. And now it's just like, hey, your shit trash.
So now let me flip it. Let's say Sam is not in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Sam has this social media presence and he posts stuff. He does whatever. Ali be in the studio making music. Ali would put out music. Sam would like it on his page, comment it, like keep going. He'll never like give him his critique. It was just support.
Yeah, supporting him.
Hey, you know my friend rap, boom bop, but never on his platform.
Yeah.
Maybe on other people's platform, maybe on a text message, maybe on a different thing.
So then he asked him.
So
and
then he
said
asked
no.
him.
He
He
said
said
that.
no. Is he wrong? He never gave. Sam never gave like the idea that it was trash, but he never.
I don't think he's wrong. But I think that explanation is old.
Old. Like,
Yeah. Just because he could basically tell him like, look, man, I'm your friend. I'ma always support you.
Except when it comes to
Right or wrong, I'ma support you. So when I'm online, when we in public, I'ma support you. I'll go to your shows, da 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 da.
yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to your business and my business combining, if I'm not comfortable with it, I'm gonna let you know.
I feel like it might affect my.
Maybe I could have told you in private that this is what it is, but I don't kill niggas' dreams, and I don't know how you would receive to that. Like it just depends on the conversation you have. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. So I don't know. How you think? What you think about that?
I know your friends. There's some friends.
People sensitive about their
There's
dreams,
some
bro.
friends that you can actually be 100 with, and some friends you gotta keep it 50 with. Some niggas can't take the truth.
Yeah. I got one more. You come home to your wife whooping the shit out of your 12-year-old son. It's beginning to get a little bit excessive, so you're walking over to stop the whole situation, right? Before you can get there, your son turns around and slaps the shit out of your wife. He realizes what he did, and he says it was just reflexes, and that he's sorry. What do you do?
So this has been going on. She's been whipping him for a while.
Not even, no.
Or
You
it's
just
just
come
walk
home.
in.
You walk in the house, you see your wife, you're like, okay, this nigga getting a whooping.
Yeah,
But then it's-
how old is he?
12. But then you notice like, all right, it's starting to get out of control. As you're walking over to get the situation under control, he's saying, the son is claiming out of reflexes, he slaps her in the face.
How hard?
I mean, you slap your mama, you know that. I don't even think it's necessarily about how hard. I think it's like your mama gonna be shocked.
Is it like a that, or is it like a?
I don't know. I don't want to take away from the question, so I don't know.
Regardless, he slapped.
You can tell me how you feel about either slap.
No, this is my thing. This is where you gotta have two separate conversations.
Facts.
One conversation you gotta have with your son, like, hey, look,
Conversation.
listen, let me finish. In front of her, yes, this might be a we
I already know he's gonna answer, and I kind of agree with him. Go ahead.
like you gotta protect your wife. Like you don't do this, you might, and then I ain't gonna really rough him up. It may look like I am, and then I'm like, all right, go to your room. Get her, oh, okay, you okay, all right, go in the room. Now I'm gonna have a conversation with her. Look, I'm gonna talk to your mother and let her know she was too aggressive. She shouldn't have did that. But at the end of the day, you don't put your hands on a woman, period. Like, you just don't do that. I understand it. You were mad. It was a reflex. Like, she might be 5'2", and you were 6'2", and she beat your ass, and you said reflex that you just hit her like, hey, that was too hard. And I get it, but you can't do that because in life, that's going to hurt you a lot worse. You hitting your mom could get versus hitting a woman in that same type of situation can get you in a lot more trouble. Now, when I get to the room and I talk to her, hey, look, that was a little aggressive. You didn't have to go that hard. Mm-hmm. Yes, he was wrong for hitting you, and I addressed that in the room.
Facts.
But next time, if you feel like you got to do all that, let me handle it.
Facts. 100%. I agree. Okay, so I agree with that because the way that I would handle it, I would probably, you know what I'm saying, like, when I see him smack her, I'm going to be like, okay, so obviously this is a situation that calls for me, and me only. Like, I'm the nigga that has to handle this. Because both of them are a little overly emotional. He's tired of getting beat, and she just got slapped by her child. Separate it. That's the first thing you need to do. Separate this situation. Me, I'll probably go to the wife because I feel like a wife is going to be a little bit more emotional, especially after she got slapped. Just the women that I've dealt with,
That's
moms, aunties.
Send him to the room.
Yeah,
Make sure she good.
I even might make a little spectacle of it in front of her, just to make sure she knows, like, okay, he on my side. Like, I'm gonna be like, nigga, you think it's okay? Go to your motherfucking room, nigga. Nigga, let me cool off before I talk to you, because nigga, you got, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Make a spectacle of it. And I would talk to her and be like, listen. First of all, you need to tell me what he did to get the whooping, because I need to know, is this excessive? Is it not? Because to me, walking in the door, this looked excessive. So I need to know what happened.
I might walk in the door and be like, both of y'all motherfuckers tripping. I just worked 12 hours and I walk into this.
So, like you said, look, I think it's gotten to the point where he's not, that may have been reflexes. I'm not against you. I'm just saying, we don't need this situation to happen again.
Because so, with a young lady in college.
Yes, like he just said, listen, from now on, when it comes to disciplining him, especially before you put your hands on him, let me handle it. Let me figure out that. Let me figure that out. Or contact me. You know what I'm saying? Or walk away. He's old enough to where you can walk out the house and cool off a little bit.
And if I need to get
Talk to me. It's teamwork. As far as my son, when I walk in there, I'm be like, hey, nigga. You might have thought that maybe you didn't agree with it. I get that it's that, but yeah, we gotta work on just the way that you handle things, bro. What do you think is gonna happen when I'm not around in situations like she could call the cops on you for that? I'm not saying that you can't call, like she might have been excessive, but who you think they're gonna believe, nigga? You a 12-year-old, you a big. Like let's just handle this in a better situation, bro. You gotta learn to control your emotions. You're a child. I think the best thing you need to do is control your emotions. What?
Like, there was one way to handle this in my view. Like, the child should never put their hands on the parent. Like, period. Like, I grew up, man. I done seen the crazy kind of beatings parents put on children, right? And I know we're living in a different age. It's 2020, it's all that.
I don't think this is some different age shit, right?
I've seen crazy beatings. So
I don't
excessive
think nobody said he was okay for hitting her.
Nah, what I'm saying is at that moment, that's a teachable moment. Like, I am 100% on him to not a lecture, not go to your room. Like,
I say I'll rough him up first.
I would make sure, take how y'all want to that he knows that he was in the wrong.
I think he knows he's wrong the minute if it's reflexes, like you said.
It doesn't matter. You better control your
You know what happened to my reflex? I reached for the belt one time and I knew I fucked up.
We've all been in that situation where you
Pushes
just
for, but I never reflex and smack my mama like that.
But let's say but you gotta understand. Let's say he's getting hit and it's just I'll let it fly.
I've been beat. Like I've been in situations where I've seen excessive beating. That's just a no-go.
I done been in a situation I had to catch myself. I had to catch myself.
You
Like,
gotta go in there
whoa,
like
I'm getting my ass
Cuban
beat.
bit.
Yeah.
They gonna fight that air, nigga.
Fuck that.
So as a parent, as a dad in that situation, I'm gonna make sure. Let me go, y'all. I'll let y'all go.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. I ain't stopping you. I ain't stopping you. Go ahead.
I want to make sure that I put it on to make sure you know that's not alright. So now after that's done, I'm gonna hope that he understands that you can't do that. Later on, I can have a conversation with him to explain more of a talk that look, you can never put your hands on a female. Later, like in any situation, where explain why that was bad, like how that could look in situations. The wife, I'm about to look, dude's getting older. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be. It may not be the smartest way to. I agree with y'all on that. It may not be the smartest way to handle that. But I was trying to beat him. Whatever he did was that bad that you felt the need to beat him. Let me handle it. Let me be there to make sure it don't go left. But there's no excuse for him to put his hands on.
We never gave him an excuse.
No, I'm not.
You have to address that.
I just think
early. Because if you talking about, I'm gonna wait to address the fact that you.
What I do in response is addressing the fact.
No,
I'll make sure he never do
all
that
this
again.
shit needs to be said in the same night.
Nah.
Don't ever put your.
You don't think that
I can say
explain
that.
the
But I'm
consequences.
talking about.
So you trying to just make it about the
And we
mom?
gonna have a conversation all together afterwards too.
That's down. You know.
We all gonna have a conversation.
I guess
afterwards.
maybe I didn't explain it good enough. Like I think
I get what you're
explain
saying.
it. What I'm saying is in detail, like in a like when we having a conversation one-on-one, when the nerves are down. I'm not gonna be explaining that while you still getting beat while you just do.
No. Once you get the whole point was separate them first.
No, ain't no separate. Like he got it. Like you can't put your hands on the wife. That's a no-go.
I get that, and
That's your mom.
I feel like we're saying the same thing in a different way because, like I said, when I say rough them
No,
up,
I think
yes, we're gonna address that situation there. Go to your room. Boom, babe, you good? Make sure you good. All right, sit in here for a second. Go take a shower. I'm gonna go talk to him. And at that point,
maybe not even like.
no, that conversation has to happen because the shit can get way worse in real life. Outside of the household where no police are getting called. Now, nigga, you got
he will, but he'll understand that.
No, I need those type of conversations.
I think both ways.
Right
the
away.
child will get some
You talking about,
understanding.
like right at the next scene. I'm talking about maybe the next episode or two.
Nah.
the next day or two.
Cause then it's gonna be like, oh shit, it wasn't that.
I'm handling that situation.
Shit, that's what
we ain't going to sleep until this shit.
Yeah,
Like,
this is, I was about to say, this situation getting handled tonight.
That's what you
on
was-
both sides.
that falls back to your career.
And first of all, I'm not finna be going back and forth between rooms after I say what I gotta say to you and I say what I gotta say to him.
I'm going to sleep.
Both, no, I know. For me, now we're gonna talk all together. Look,
Nah, by the time I'm done,
you
like,
shouldn't be. He feel like you shouldn't hit him like that. I get it. He's becoming a man. I get it. I've been there before. I ain't really get whoopings at 12, but my mama might have did some shit, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? I get it. Like, I feel like communication is key, bro. I feel like there's ways to handle situations. Communication is key. Close the door for me, please. So yeah, I don't know. Y'all want a bonus one or y'all good? You want some first? I got a bonus one. All right, you buy your daughter a car for her 16th birthday.
oh, you should.
She says she appreciates you, and there's nothing wrong with the car, but she wants to work hard and get her own car because nothing in life is handed to you. Do you respect her decision?
Yep. But just know, you better work real hard because I ain't putting no more money in no more cars. As long as I can get my money back that I put on this car, hey, do what you want. But I'm not buying no insurance. I ain't buying no car. You want to work hard, be an adult, get it yourself.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing else to say.
Yeah, 16-year-olds say that.
I'm gonna ask you, are you sure? This is
Yeah,
how
I'm gonna reiterate. You sure?
I would say this, not that I necessarily don't respect it. I think the first thing I would tell her, I'd be like, look, what you gotta understand is, I understand you want to get it out of the mud, but that's kind of a mentality that we as black people think. People get rich because of relationships, because of what they got from them. You shouldn't never feel ashamed about what I got from you. You know what I'm saying? Like you should never, like, especially let's say that she lives where we live. I'd be like, yo, you from this area. You didn't grow up poor. Let's say she didn't grow up poor. She didn't come from that. You don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
If her response is
The
like,
smarter
no,
thing
I
I'd rather you do, take this car, build your money up. Then, if you want to get another car, trade that one in. Let's come to an agreement or use that on something else. That's how I feel
It would
about
be
it.
what Brandon just said. Like her response to that. Her response to that would determine whether.
I'm saying the response is her response. What I said.
No.
What I said is her
No,
response.
so what you just
What
like
you
say
just
you
said.
just said,
Mhm.
we said I'll say all that.
Mm.
And she still come back with
Well, I appreciate that. I just.
No, if she wanted, that's
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
At that point,
no,
everything
if she
is
don't
on
get,
you.
if she don't get what I'm trying to say, I'm be like, look, all right, look, I'm gonna tell you like this: as a high schooler, where you don't work a certain amount of hours and you can do this, I'm gonna let you do it. But I'm telling you, the way that you get further in life, especially, is through support. If you got a family that's supporting you, you should take that support. If you got people, you got relationships.
It works both ways.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You work hard, baby.
Her
I get your.
mindset, like you're giving her a life lesson. Like don't feel like you like people that got it because they worked hard. People got handouts. People have relationships.
I'm not saying that's the only way.
So
But what
if
I'm
she
telling
wants
her
to
is
be
I'm trying to
like,
make your life easier.
she
My
wants-
job as
she
a
wants to
parent.
build a work ethic and be like, I want to prove I can do it, and she's.
and I want to get what I really
want.
want.
Baby, you ain't.
I want that.
I'll be like, baby, if you could save $2,000, let's say I put $2,000 down on this car. Baby, say you 2,000, cool. Match me then. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever. Or if you want a different car, then let's. I don't know. I just feel like I feel like it's a stereotype for us to feel like, because black people, a lot of black people. I'm not saying us. A lot of black people are forced to leave the house early. They respect more so the person that's getting it out the mud. They don't like shit being handed down to them. Me, as a father, which I would tell her, my job is to make your life easier than my life. Which your life would be to make your life easier than your parents. Yes, work ethic is respected. That should be your goal. You should work hard. But also, because you may have a relationship or you may have a better opportunity than maybe a classmate or somebody that you know that may have to get it out the mud, that don't mean don't take it. You better take that while you can. Take the same way that you saying, you wanna work hard for shit and all that. Also, when you have opportunities, you should snatch those. So that's just how I feel about it. So I will, like I said, I think we all agree. I would explain this to her in depth, And if she still don't get it, then you know what? Either I'll keep the car in the garage for a little bit, and unless you think about your situation, or if you really don't want it, then hey, do your thing. But I ain't asking you to struggle. You ain't gotta struggle. You feel me?
Alright, I got two.
The same thing.
Yeah, what I'm saying. I mean, I get it.
I got two facts. Alright, I read this. Men cheat for sexual reasons, for like sexual pleasure. Women cheat for more emotionally, right? For emotional gain, to fill a void that's not there emotionally. So they're saying that's the reason why it hurt a nigga more when a woman cheat versus the other way around. Facts or cap?
Facts.
Speak on it. Say your thoughts. Speak on it.
I just feel like in 85% of the cases, 85% of the cases, a nigga's gonna cheat, not because you in love. You just wanna get your dick wet. That's something new. It just happened. It was an accident. I was drunk. Whatever the excuse may be, it was just because of that. For a respectable woman that's just out here living her life, and maybe she's not getting everything she needs at home, and she has that one person that she's close to, and some type of way she develops some type of, it takes more of a feeling for a respectable woman to have sex with a man. Like, they're not just gonna fuck no random nigga. I ain't talking about that 15% of females. I'm talking about respectable women.
Shouts out to the 15%.
But I feel like
I'm just
if a woman gonna do that, if a woman gonna cheat, they're cheating because there's something missing and they're trying to fill that void. A nigga just, yeah, my bad. It was a slip up.
So that's why it hurt more.
That's why it hurt more, because you know, in your head as a guy, you know 85% of the time a woman gonna cheat because there's more emotion, there's a connection, there's an attachment to that other person.
It means more.
Yeah. And they can go fuck somebody out there, forget her name tomorrow.
Justin?
I think that is more. I think that is a case by case scenario.
You don't think it's 85?
No, I definitely don't think so. I think it's a case by case scenario. I think if you ask a man, I think as men we mask our feelings, so we will say, and sometimes we not really aware of our feelings. Like we lack more self-awareness than a woman. Like a woman is more in depth with her own feelings. We as men, we care about what other men say. We care about what other men think of us. We care about what we think. You know what I'm saying? We have more ego. So I would say that I think a lot of times you say you're trying to get your dick wet, but it also may be that maybe we don't get good communication from a woman or something like that, or maybe the woman that we fucking the other woman, maybe she's doing something that the other woman may lack. But instead of us, which for me, I would think like maybe like what you feel is you should basically express, like you need to find a way to express your feelings more, or maybe get a better understanding of your feelings. You know, and figure out why you do the things you do. As far as a woman, I think a woman probably is more intuitive, but some women just goddamn, they just want some dick. So I just think, like I said,
That sound like the females to me.
Huh? All I'm saying is that I just think that
Shouts out to the 15.
I just think that it's more of a case by case. I think it's more a case by case scenario than we think. If I can say that. That's what I think. I think men lack self-awareness.
I really wish we had a female we could ask this question.
Yeah, I would have loved if we had a girl. Well, we had Maya.
We might bring it back and just ask the female next time.
Put an asterisk by that, so make sure we
might just do that for our female.
Yeah, uncheck that motherfucker.
So
What you think?
Honestly, from my experience, I think a lot of that shit, like 85 to 15, the man feelings, emotional, is stereotype. In real life, it's case by case. Like women cheat for sexual needs.
I've been
cheat
cheated on back in the day because a woman just wanted dick. That's just what it is.
A man cheat for emotional needs. I see men cheat because him and his girl get into it.
Facts.
And then another girl was there consoling him. He was happy with her. He was laughing with her. They started flirting. They started fucking. And then he moved on. The girl he cheated with, his side girl, became his main girl.
Let me clarify this. Like, it may be a nigga might think that this girl is maybe like you like one thing that's better than what your girl do, but overall your girl does more for you than that. So just for niggas who watching, who's thinking about doing what they need to do, just think about that first. Like, what is this person offer?
Is it worth it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
85-15. So
85. I thought it was 80-20.
Nah, 85-15.
85 no. Y'all niggas made up numbers.
So that's how I feel. Man.
You got any more? Oh, that's it.
That's it, man.
I got one more. Hold on. Let me ask you because I meant to ask this last week, but this shit just ended.
Hey, I got a scenario. Remind me after this. We're gonna bring it up next week, but we gotta have females on that episode. We're gonna have some females.
Yeah, we recruiting. We recruiting.
Matter of fact, if you
females.
want to be on next
Some
episode,
women, guys, women.
We need one woman, one female, and one.
One woman.
No, you hear what he said?
He said one woman, one female.
He need a.
So we gonna have a dog.
Respectful woman and
Some-
you need a female.
Basically, we need a hoe. And we need some respectful women, some church women.
It could be a hoe and a reform hoe, and then just somebody in between. We need 2 to 3 females next episode.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. Wait. Let me ask y'all a question. And this ain't
You know what they talking about?
Let me ask y'all something. Is there something wrong with dating a reformed hoe?
No.
Do you think that a reformed hoe is the best woman to be with?
I love my wife, so I ain't gonna answer this question. She ain't never been a hoe.
Oh, I love my wife.
Listen,
that up for you.
what I would tell a nigga who worried about his wife, like say he find out that she had a past, if she reformed, I would tell the nigga like, yo,
You about to have the best time of your life.
yeah.
I got a fact.
She got experience.
What you got, bro?
Once a hoe, always a hoe?
No, hell no.
Yeah.
That's why they call it whole phase.
You might have a long hoe phase. But you
So
can
listen,
come
this
out.
is why I don't like I think it's been, I've thought about, I don't even remember what my answer is, so don't hold it against me, but we've asked questions where it's like, a friend finds out that that the other nigga girl is a hoe, whatever, should he tell her? The reason why I think that a nigga should probably mind his business is because,
happy home.
what if she's,
Reform.
yeah, what if she's starting over?
Hey, when we get
What if she is starting over? What if she's literally like, you know what? Because we've all been in a relationship where you might be in a phase, be like, nigga, I've been wilding out. I really feel this girl though, so I'm really like buckle down and try to put my all into this
Why you ain't
relationship.
just say me?
I mean, I said we all been in it. I think we all can agree with that. It ain't just you. Now you might
So,
have
like,
been
look.
me.
Like, I want to say a name off air. And this right here might be the most reformed one that I could think of. And they have in a happy, loving relationship at this point.
But my point, whatever names you put, you never know. You never know shit.
No, I mean,
I've seen. No, listen, bro. I've seen
both
worse.
sides.
I've seen the worst kind of women. Like what you just showed me, that's like okay, I get it. I've seen the worst kind of women and be the best kind of women. So I
That
get
just
it.
came off the top of my head.
I get it. So y'all ready to end this? Hold on, wait. Let me ask my boy this real quick.
Alright, cool.
I
Alright.
think this one.
Y'all examples.
Y'all, his examples.
Whoa.
Hey, look, it's one.
15%.
Is wanting to stunt. Is wanting to stunt on your ex a sign of you still caring about them?
Facts.
Hold on, what was the question again?
Vice Kevin, is you stunting on your ex just a sign of wanting to care about them?
Yeah, you still care about, you worrying about what they feel.
Like,
I think it's natural.
Wait, let me give you an example, and it might, I don't know how your opinion might change. I was watching like this interview with Will Smith, and he was saying like basically, he kind of basically put it out there that like when he was younger, he was kind of like a bum, right?
Yeah.
And his girl cheated on him.
Damn.
And he said he felt like that situation gave him the drive to be like, you know what? I'm gonna show her. I'm this guy. I'm this that. Blah blah blah.
And then Jada showed him.
I don't even think
there's a difference. Nah, I get it, but I'm gonna show him. But like,
Do you think that's basically a sign of him still caring about her? Basically. He did that outside of hurt.
It's a sign of hurt, but he's using that as motivation. But I don't. If you would have asked Will Smith, you think right now you still worrying about every day? Do you say her name when you get fresh? No.
Yeah.
I think it's just he's using that as motivation. Not specifically her.
I agree. I think that he used her at his hurt to fuel. It ended up he developed a work habit.
He's not waking up. Well, let me make sure she see me on Instagram.
Have you ever been broken up and been like, you know what? I'm about to get right. I'm about to get my hair right, my body right, my mind right, whatever. Just to like show somebody it ended up being a habit or some shit. Is that what you done? You ever done that?
I'm depressed.
Yeah.
You get worse.
I mean,
you think niggas get depressed and women get better? You ever had an ex that got better? You be like, damn. Well, never mind. Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
I'll be like,
We're
what?
gonna say that for another episode.
Wow.
I don't think so.
We're gonna ask some women this. Now I think about it, the NBA Finals. Come on, guys.
Motherfucking 15. We out, man. Peace.